guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's back to basics video 6, and I think this might be my last one. No, it's not. I'm gonna do a lipstick one and then that'll be my last one. So today it's all about highlight and contour. I did also add my blush and highlight into the video as well. So if you want to see how I got this lovely look, just keep watching. Bye. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is color correct, because I always color correct when I put concealer on. So I'm just gonna show you how I do that. I'm sure you guys have seen in a million videos. If you can see, it's kind of like blue, greenish brown underneath, and this orange here will color correct that. So I'm just gonna put a smidge directly where that discoloration is. And this makes a huge difference. If I don't color correct, it's gonna look gray underneath my concealer, and that doesn't look good. So I'm just gonna take a MAC 227 brush and blend that out. So I'm going to show you all the steps that you can take. You definitely don't have to use all the products I use, but I'm just going to show you what you can do. And what highlighting is everything that you want to pull forward. So I want to pull my under eyes forward and the center of my face forward. Basically, whatever the sun hits, you just kind of want to emphasize that. And I'm going to take the good old trusty Makeup Forever HD in the shade Y33. Just going to take a very little goes a long way. I'm using a concealer that's 2 or 3 shades lighter than my skin color. That's why it's called highlighting, because I'm highlighting the areas I want to emphasize. You could use your fingers to blend it in all the way. I just don't. I like using my beauty blender. So I'm doing the same thing to the other eye. And I'm pulling it up. Again, you want to put it in a triangle so you're not just emphasizing if you have bags. You're not going to emphasize that. You want everything to blend seamlessly. So I'm just going to blend it back into my foundation. Whatever I have left, I just take down the center of my nose. And this is evening out the highlight we're doing. I'm just going to take my beauty blender and blend it in. And I'm just dabbing back and forth. You want to dab back and forth so your concealer doesn't fade all into one way. If you go back and forth, it's going to kind of sit in place and not move. Blending it upwards. Whatever way I put the concealer on is where I'm just kind of blending. The reason you want to kind of even out the highlight, like you don't just want it here underneath your eyes, because it's not going to look natural. You want everything to be nice, balanced, and blended. Again, so there are 2 things you can do as far as highlighting. You can take a good highlight shade that's like the banana color here, and you can just set underneath your eye. Or you can take the Nye Banana Powder. It's really up to you if you want to go quick and on the go, or if you want to bake. And for this tutorial, I'm actually going to bake, just because we're highlighting, and this is the epitome of highlight. I'm going to take my beauty blender and dab it in there, like so. And then I'm just going to dab underneath my eyes. This is really going to set that concealer in place and going to add to the highlight. And I'm going to let it set for at least 5 minutes. Down the center, everywhere we put that concealer is where we want to bake. And again, alright, now to the contouring. Now when I contour, I tend to bronze first, just so it's like, you know, a transition color for your lid. It's like a transition color for your face. I'm using a big fluffy brush, the Morphe N527 brush, the brush I mentioned in my video. Swirling it around in my Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. Swirling around there, tapping it off. I'm just gonna lightly bronze my face. Is it necessary? No. It's just what I like to do when I'm not just going straight in with that deep contour shade. Alright, now I'm going to go with the contouring. And I love the Anastasia contour palette. I have the lighter kit here, and I do have the darker one for my clients, but I find that this one works best for me because I'm a little bit lighter. And I'm just going to use my Sigma F05 brush. And I'm just going to take, I don't know, I tend to just mix all of them. Let's mix them all. Now you could just use one, but since I have them all, why not? This is gonna be more of a bronzy shade. This is really good for contouring because it's gray base underneath, so it is gonna mimic the shadows. And this kind of is like a mixture of both. So I just mix them all together because they're there, why not? Tap off the excess because you don't wanna go in too harshly. This is a synthetic brush, so it will deposit the majority of the product onto your face. So I'm just taking it, starting at the corner of my ear, and I'm angling it down to my mouth here, the corner of my mouth. However, I'm not taking it all the way there. I'm probably just gonna stop about right where my eyebrow is with most of the product. And I'm not just going back and forth in a harsh line. I'm using circular strokes and blending up. Circular stroke, blending it up. I'm gonna do the same thing on my forehead. This is gonna push it back. So everywhere you contour is where you want to make recede. Where the shadows hit, I'm just emphasizing that. I'm gonna take a little on my nose right here. It's showing you don't need a separate brush to contour your nose unless you want to. I'm just taking it and chiseling it out. Whatever, I didn't add any more on because sometimes it can get a bit harsh. And that side's done. So I'm gonna do the same thing to this side. Take it on my forehead again. And I blend it down. I want everything to blend out. Just blend into that highlight shade so there's no harsh lines. And I'm gonna take a little on my chin. Now on my chin is pointy. So I like to take it a little, like actually on it to push it back. Because I don't want my chin to look super pointy. And I also take it on my jawline here to push that back as well so it's not as pointy. Now if you do have a more of a round face, you can just go underneath and that will help erase any semi-double chin you might have. Even if you don't have one, don't want to look like you have one, so contour away. For blush, I'm gonna take the Tarte the Tarte Pin Up Girl palette. This gives you a variety of eyeshadows. They're 12-hour Amazonian clay blush, and these are bomb. And I'm just gonna, since I do have green eyes, I'm gonna take more of like a coral color here, just because they complement each other well. And I'm just gonna take that on my Sigma F40 brush and just blush my cheeks. Now I do tend to start up and then blend it down. You don't wanna take that color and put it directly on right here immediately, because wherever you put your brush first, the most product will be distributed. I do circular motions so it blends seamlessly. I'm gonna go ahead and dust away that banana powder. And as I'm dusting, I'm blending it down into my blush. Now for the best part, the lovely highlight. And I'm gonna use MAC Oh Darling, I bet you knew it. Of course, mine broke traveling. Everything breaks traveling, never travel. So it looks like so. And I'm just gonna take the Morphe 501 brush and I like swirl it in the product pretty heavily. And I always tap off any extra product, because you don't want to go with too much because it's easier to add more than to take away. So I'm just taking in the high points of my cheeks and I'm using circular motions to blend it in. Highlighting is gonna pull forward anything that you want. Just like the finishing touch. It's literally my favorite part of makeup. And I'm taking on the high points of my cheek, down the center of my nose, and up on my brow bone a little. Anything that you want to come forward and kind of just pop wherever the sun hits naturally, just gonna give you a nice, beautiful glow. Now to blend everything together, I'm just gonna go back in with that duo fiber brush and blend it very lightly. I find if I blend too much, it blends it away, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, we're completely done with our contouring and highlighting. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my face off camera, and I'll be right back. All right guys, so here's the finished look. I hope you do like it. I did just top off my lips with Lolita from Kat Von D, the liquid lipstick, and then I just kind of finished off my bottom lash line, and of course added my pop of highlight, Nylon from MAC. So yeah, I hope I provided you enough tips and tricks, obviously. This is a back to basic video, so I really do hope that you learned something. If you do have any questions, as always, put them in the comments down below. If you did not want to do the lighter concealer, you don't have to do that. You can just go in with the powder on top of a normal color concealer, so I don't think you have to do that. That's just my preference. and I like a dramatic highlighted look, almost drag-ish, because you know I'm extra. That's just what I like. I did apply my foundation before the video, just so you know. I did have foundation on before. If you have any videos that you would like me to film, please let me know. I think I'm gonna show you like a favorites video, I think, of products or like even my perfumes. I don't know, just let me know in the comments below what you want to see. Thumbs up the video if you like it, and I'll catch you in my next one. Thank you all for watching. Love you guys. Bye.